Whoopsie.
What kind of stuff have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
And I've been getting clean, basically. That's basically what has been the main time-consuming thing for me, is getting sober. Being on the road was like, I'd be copping drugs in every city, kind of a thing. Don't really remember much of it, and I was basically headed to death. That's about what I've been doing. When I was home for a long time, it's like I said, that boredom sets in, so what better way to pass the time is to, do drugs and get high and all that kind of stuff. And it wasn't even getting me high anymore, it was just getting me well. I'd wake up in the morning sick, have to drive downtown in my car and be like thrown up in my lap, because I'm just so physically ill. And it got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I saw my reflection in the oven one day when I was sitting on the kitchen floor shooting up, trying to hit a vein, and I was vomiting all over myself, and it just was like the most appalling thing. I never could have pictured myself in any kind of state like that. And I knew I was just going to die. I mean, that's the basic, simple truth. I'd be on the road, me and Eric we'd take planes from like certain cities to go get drugs and come back. I'd be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, there's nowhere to score there. So what do? You fly to New York, at 5 a.m. and come back right before the show. Otherwise, you can't play. And it was just picking apart at my life. It was picking apart at my playing. I was basically an asshole to everybody, And it wasn't fun anymore. It was a job. That was more of a job than the band. And I couldn't deal with that, So I basically checked into a hospital. And been doing the same thing ever since. This denial thing comes into it. Like, I used to snort it and smoke it. And I told myself, okay, I'm not a junkie. Junkies are gutter people with rigs in their arms, and I'm not doing that, so I'm fine. And it turned into me doing that every day. But I still told myself I wasn't a junkie. Then I would start shooting up into, like, parts of my skin, Well, I'm not hitting a vein, I'm not a junkie. There's no way. And then finally it just progressed into, like, fucking mainlining every single day. And I said, I'm not a junkie, I could stop this anytime. Which was, just fucking lying to myself. I'd be fucked up and I'd play a show, think I was ripping all night. I'd hear the tape back and it was just embarrassingly awful, And so the next night, in order to compensate for that, I would say I wasn't loose enough or something. I'd get more fucked up. And it just wasn't the way to go. I was like a zombie. Let's go! Okay, as far as the creativity aspect, a lot of people are under this impression that it tends to take away from that. And I've personally found that, for instance, I thought I was a really weird guy, weird creative guy when I was fucked up all the time. But I found that it actually hindered that, you know, and I'm a lot weirder and more creative now than I ever was, you know, because it's just like all these channels are free to flow now, whereas they were blocked. And I don't know how it is with other drugs, you know, people say, you know, they take acid or whatever, they see things that are amazing or whatever, you know, but for me it was heroin, which is basically, it deadens your brain, you know, and it just stops the flow. And no, I would say that it has a lot to do with the self-esteem of a person, you know, whether or not you think you're capable of this, or if you need this help to get creative. I don't think that it's true. You got to work on yourself. I was so oblivious to everybody, you know. It was just like I didn't say anything to anybody. No one really said anything to me as far as I know, you know, but no one was complaining. I mean, we all have our little quirks about us, you know, and so for me that was mine, you know. As far as what they're up to, I can't really talk about that, but, you know, I can tell you as far as I go, it was a nightmare. I mean, it progressed from smoking pot when I was 11 years old to, you know, ending up in a trailer park in Reseda for a year, shooting heroin and coke every day.